So yesterday we have started discussing about the sets. So before starting our concept, let me tell you, I am not sure if you are able to open the files which I am sharing. So in order to open those files, they are not .py files, they are .ipy and b files. Because we are writing in the notebooks, that's why they are stored it as .ipy and b. Let me show you properties. See here, it is of type, I mean Python file only, but still as we are running in the notebooks, that would be of type .ipynb. Sorry, this I have run it in the not Visual Studio, ideal environment. That's why it is .py. Let us open the other one, properties. See here, this is of type ipynb, which is like a notebook. How we can open that? Install Visual Studio in your system. So Visual Studio can be installed from the browser. Let me show you. Install Visual Studio. So you can download this based on your operating system. You can download it and install it. So it is just like any other software. You can download and install. Once you download and install, if you open the uh, Visual Studio, it will be like this. There will be some pop-up windows at the very beginning. You can close all of them. Just click on the file on the top, open file. Uh, these files are available in your system, so select any file that will open up. Okay, so let me know if you are still facing any issues. I'll help you with that. So now continuing our session, let me create a new file. This is of type, hey, either you can create a Python file or ipynb file, whichever is convenient you can do that. But if I take Python file, I have to comment every time. Let me take Python file for now. Save it as 4.py. Okay, now see what happens. We'll define a set. Second, let me adjust the windows. Okay, yes, equal to set of from fruits names I'm taking apple, banana, orange. So let us see the data type of this. Print s comma type of s. Save it. There will be a run option here. Python. Python 5. Okay, see here the output is displayed like this. It is similar to ideally environment. We are just executing the Python file and it is like an interactive shell or the command prompt where that file is being executed. Right? This is of class set. Right? How we can define a set? One way is this. Another way is s1 equal to set of. Here you can specify set of yes, or you can specify these values. These values either in the list or tuple. Set of no print just one comma type of s1. Okay, there is some mistake here. Type. Okay, instead of running it from there, run it here. See here, this is of class set. Okay, you can define anyway. So now if I don't want to run all of this, I want to start writing a new code here. In case of Jupyter Notebook, I'll add a new cell and start writing over there. We can see only output of that. But in case of any Python file like this, if you don't want to execute any lines here, I want to comment multiple lines. In order to comment a single line, we can use hash. But I want to comment 4 lines here. How we can do that? Write triple quotes, either single or double triple quotes, ended with triple quotes. So this is like multi-line comments. In Python, these codes are like multi-line comments. We have to comment multiple lines so that they won't execute, right? So now I'll take a set, the same set. Here I'll add few more values. True. This is a Boolean value. It can be combination of anything. True, 1, 0, false. Observe here closely. Something is going to happen. Now we have true, 1, 0 and false along with some numbers. Okay. So I'm going to print this. How many values should be printed? There are no duplicates. There are no repetitions. But see how many will be printed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 objects are there. See here, but only 7 are being printed here. False is missing. Instead of false, it is giving 0 because false means 0. Indirectly, false means 0 and true means 1. So it has converted on the background. So randomly, it has taken 0 for false and true as true. And it has removed 1 because true stands for 1 and 0 stands for false. That's why they are eliminated. Okay, so if I want to add any objects to this, sorry, I have written this multiple times. If I want to add any objects to the set, 1 second, let me open. I think yesterday I have told you this set is a mutable object, but this is immutable. 1 second, let me open this set. This is immutable. Though we are able to add the elements into the set, we can say it as immutable because we cannot replace the existing items. We cannot modify the existing items. That's why it is immutable. Okay, let us see how we can add the elements. So in order to add, we have to use the method s.add. Write any word here. S.add of Python print yes. See here, this is the set. It has added Python. Now I'll try to replace the values with some other things. So S of this is not accessible through indexing or any other methods. We cannot access one element from here. So, but still, let us try with the indexing S1 S of 0 equal to A print S. If we are able to change the existing element, then we can say that it is a mutable. Test it. See here, it is giving error set object does not support item assignment. So this is not possible. But still, you can add the elements or delete the elements. Okay. So I think we can also update s dot update. So you can pass multiple objects here. Okay. See, I'm passing multiple objects to the update action and print s. See here that A, B, and C were added. What is the difference between the add method and the update method? So let us try to add multiple objects with the add method now. Let's start add of. I'll add one to each element so that we can know the difference. See here, unhashable type list with the add element will not be able to add multiple objects. Let us try without the brackets. See here, it takes exactly one argument, three were given. So similar to append and extend, add takes only one method, but whereas update takes any number of objects and add it like a plain objects to the set. 1 second. Second. Yeah, let us save this. 1 second. This is sorry, mutable only. I'm confused. This is mutable only because we are able to add the elements. Even though we are not able to replace here, we are able to add the elements to this set. We are right. Yesterday we are right. These are mutable. We are able to add elements, remove the elements from the set. That's why it is mutable. So now coming to remove, we can remove objects from the set as well. S dot remove of, or we can remove of A and print S. Sorry, anybody having questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Set is mutable. I'm repeating again, set is mutable because we are able to add, delete, update the elements in the set. So it is mutable. So run this. There is an error here, so comment that. Comment these two lines and run it. See here, in this set, A is removed. In this set, A is removed. There is also another method called discard. Let us see that. Let's start discard of any element from here. If you want to remove any element, let us say apple 1. Apple. First apple, later apple 1. Print. Yes. Now apple is removed from here. See here, all the outputs, previous outputs are being printed. That's why it is always better to use the notebooks so that we can have cell by cell and you can see the outputs there itself. Okay. So let me copy everything to the notebook. New file. Open a Jupyter notebook. So we have to select the kernel. Paste everything here. Run it for one time. Let me close this. Sorry. Paste it here. Select the kernel. Okay. So let it be. This remove method, it will remove existing elements. And if we try to remove any non-existing element, then it will throw error. Try to remove any non-existing element that throws error. Okay, it throws error. In case of discard, it removes the specified object It removes the specified object if it is existing. If the object is not existing, we'll say with example, don't worry. If the object is not existing, it will not fail. Okay, let us see. Here, I'll add a new cell. Let me save this first. IPYNB. Okay, so I'll try to remove first print S. What is there in S? Let us run this again because the kernel is restarted. Okay, these are the objects available in S right now. So I'll try to remove, sorry, not print. S dot remove of. Here we don't have A1, B1, C1. I'll try to remove A1. See here it is giving error, key error A1, which means that object is not existing. Key error means object is not existing. So with the remove method, it is giving error. So I'll try to do it with the discard method. Discard of the same A1. See here, it is not giving any error. Silently it is executing and quitting. It is handling the exception. The object is not existing, but still it is not giving any error. If it does exist, it will delete. Otherwise, it will keep quiet. So that is the difference between the set and remove and discard method on the set. Okay. Yesterday we have seen union, difference, and intersection. Now we'll see how do we define an empty set? Define empty set. So let us see S1 equal to. We might be thinking this is the way to define a set. So now print S1 comma type of S1. Run this. This is of type a dictionary, not a set. So in order to define an empty set, we have to use set of. Okay, see here now this is of type set. Let us see some examples which they'll ask you in the interviews. Let us say we have a list. I'm talking about the set only, don't worry. There is something in between. So let us take a set list containing duplicate elements. Okay, this is a list containing duplicates. So in the interviews, they might ask you to remove duplicates from the list. Remove duplicates from the list. So how you can do the easy thing is write s2 equal to set of l print s2. So I'm passing this list to the set. I'm converting this list to set so that the duplicates will be removed. Duplicates are removed, but still the data type is set. So I want output in the list itself, not in the set. So how we can do that? Now L equal to list of S2 print L. Okay, to the same variable, we are overriding the values so that the updated value will be saved. See here, now the duplicates are removed inside the list itself. So this is very easy and quick operation to remove the duplicates. You can convert list to set, set to list, and a double to list, or list to tuple, any type of conversions you can do it, because these are just the ordered collection of objects enclosed in different types of brackets with a different functionality on the background, right? So that is about set. If you can find the differences, let us say we have a list one, some alphabets. Okay. And set list two, let me write it as L1, and list two with some again alphabets. So this time A, X, P. Okay. Now you want to find the difference between these two lists. Okay. So you want to find the difference between these two lists. So you cannot do L1 minus L2 because these are lists, not sets. You can do difference on the set objects, not on the list objects. So now let us convert these to set objects. So difference equal to set of L1 dot difference set of L2. So internally it is converting it into the set. So print difference. What is difference will print? It will print additional elements which are available only in first object but not in second object. What are not part of the second object? B, C, and D. So that will print the difference here. So even though you are given the list, you can convert to set for easy implementation. Even without converting to set, you can do that, but we need to have loops for that. We'll discuss that further. But without the loops, with the concepts, whatever we know till now, we can do the same thing use by converting that to set. Okay. So likewise, you can take any number of examples to do union or a difference or whatever in order to remove the duplicates after combining. So you can take any use case and execute that. This is all about sets. Now we'll discuss other methods, other data types in Python called dictionary. So each data type in Python is very, very important because even the real-time operations will be involving all of these data sets. Um, and you have to be very good with fundamentals. Okay, dictionary. It is also a collection of objects, but key value pairs. Collection of key value pairs enclosed in curly brackets. Okay, so accessed using keys. Accessed using keys. So one more thing I want to tell you. So this is the list. So either list or tuple or string, whatever it is. If the, till now we have accessed elements using the positions or indexes S of 0, S1, S of 2, like that we have access. So now I know the element, but I don't know the position. So I want to know the position of this element C, which is at second index. So for that, L1 dot index of the element whatever you have taken, index of C, print. Here it is at second index. So similarly, this applies on string and tuple as well, not on the set because set doesn't accept indexing. But this is applicable on sets and tuples and strings. Let us say we have two times A is repeated, sorry, C is repeated twice. See, it will give only the first occurrence. If you want to know the occurrence of the second object, index of index of C, I want to find after third index. Okay, I want to check after the third position where it is available. See here, it is available at fourth position. This second position is printed because this print statement is available. So after the third position, where C is available, it is available at fourth index. Likewise, you can specify the index position and it will give the corresponding position. Okay, this is applicable to both list, tuple, and strings. Okay, now let us continue with the dictionary. Let me close all these windows. Okay, dictionary. Let us define a simple dictionary. D equal to. These are key value pairs. See here, that is key and the value is 1, comma. Another key value is 2. Another key value is 3. These keys can be enclosed either in single quotes or double quotes. The main criteria of these keys is uh, these should not be mutable objects. This should not be of type mutable. Let me write it here. Keys should be immutable data types, which means that the keys whatever we are going to use here that should be of type immutable. Either they can be numbers or strings or only these two are immutable. Right now with the concepts we have discussed so far, only strings or integers these are immutable. So other all data types are mutable. We cannot use set as a key, but you can use set as a value. Similarly, you cannot use list as a key. It can be value, but tuple can be a key because tuple is immutable, so it can be a key. So immutable data types, it is string, numbers, and the tuple. Let's first print this D and type of D. See here, these are key value pairs, and the type of this is dictionary. How we can define an empty dictionary? There are multiple ways. Uh, this is one way, empty dictionary. Print ed comma type of ed. So this is of type dictionary. So another way is dict of print ed1 comma type of ed1. Okay. So this is how we can define empty dictionaries. So empty list and empty tuple is just open the brackets. Empty list this way. Empty tuple is this one. Okay. So that's why I did not specify explicitly because there is no difference in that. But in case of set and dictionary, there is a difference in how we define them. Okay. Or else you can write list of or tuple of. Let me write here define empty objects. Empty objects. So coming back, let us execute this first. Okay. So no errors, everything is good. These are the key value pairs enclosed in curly brackets. These can be accessed with keys and values. Let us see. I'll take the same dictionary. So if you want to access the value 1, so the key is A and the value is 1. Let us say I want to access the value 1. So for that, D of, usually we, in case of list or tuple, we take indexing like 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. Here in case of dictionaries, we have to take keys. D of A. Print this. D of A, the value is 1. So similarly, D of B, D of C, you can take them. Okay, D of D is 2. Now, let me take one more example and show you something. So again, I'll take A and the value this time is apple. Okay, let us print this. What happens? Print D. The key is same, but value is different. See here, the value of A is apple now. Because the same concept. This is like a variable name with some value. Variable name with some value. So whenever we are having the same variable but different values, the latest one will be considered. The previous values will be overridden, right? So we have to keep this in mind. If you are giving the same case, remember that the values will be overwritten. The values will override. Only the latest value will be available. Print D of A. See here, this is apple. Even the length also. Print D comma length of D. Here length is 3. It is considering only 3 objects. It will count the distinct number of keys. Whenever it is counting the length, it will take the distinct length of keys. Here key A is repeated. So only the latest value for A will be considered. Okay. These are very tricky things you might miss while writing the program. You might have been thinking, I have given A equal to 1, why that is not being picked up? Because it is already overwritten. It is stored with the value A, apple. Okay, now let us take some other example. D equal to, so name, person name. I will take it as John. Age, some 40 years. Designation. This is how the real-time data comes. It is related to any business. So their related business attributes will be displayed. So data engineering experience, let us say 15 years. Okay, this is the data. Now I want to know what are all the keys available in that. These keys are like, there will be lot of such data. This is information only for one employee. There might be thousands of such employees in an organization. So it will be uh, like this is repeating. Now this is John. So the next array will be for another person. Likewise, based on the number of employees, those many objects will be available. So what I want is, I want to know, what are the basic columns available? If I want to convert this to table, name, age, designation, and experience, these are the 4 columns under which we have values as John, 40, DE, and 15. Let me open an Excel file. Okay, name, age, designation, experience. So name is John, 40, DE, experience is 15. So similarly, there will be n number of persons. So all of them are having these details. These are the employees in an organization, right? So if you want to know what are the headers, right now we have headers. Sorry, where is that Visual Studio? Okay, right now we have these as the headers. These 4 columns are the headers. Now, if you want to get only the keys, D dot keys. Print D dot keys. It will give the keys available in the dictionary. Print that. See here, this name, age, designation, and experience. Also specify location. Hyderabad. Run this. So these are the keys. Now, if you want only values, if you want to look at only values, D dot values. See here, this is of type dictionary keys and this is of type dictionary values. So name John, age 40, designation DE, experience 15, location Hyderabad. Right? We have taken keys and values. Now I want to have both key and value, both at a time. For that we have something called D dot items. See here, the column name and the value, the key name and the value, key name and the value. These are stored in key value pairs. Okay. So these items will give both keys and the values enclosed in parentheses. So keys will give only the keys, values will give only values, items will give both the keys and values. If there are any repetitions on the keys, then that would be replaced with the latest one. Okay. Oh, another thing what I want to take is I'll take the same dictionary. So in the real times, I told you, right, there would be many employees coming in. So it would be list of dictionaries, comma, another dictionary. Here it is having name as Robert, age is 35, designation data engineering experience is 10 years, location UK, let us assume. Okay, so now I have two employees, I'll add a few more. In the real time, the data will be in this sort list containing multiple values. Mm, all of them are data engineers. Okay, so this is the data. There was some error.
Single quote missing at Mumbai.
Oh, thank you. Okay, now print this D, type of D, and length of D. See here, this is first D. After D, it is of type list, and the length is 4. So each object is considered here. I mean, this complete dictionary is considered as one object. This is second, third, and fourth object. So the length is 4. This is of type list now. Inside the list, we have a dictionaries. So comment this. So now how can we access this? So this is a list. So list can be accessed using indexes. So D of 0. It will give the first dictionary. See here, name John 40 D Hyderabad. Okay, out of that first dictionary, I want to know the designation. So D of 0 of designation. So previously what we have done, D of A, D of B, D of C we have taken directly because this is directly a dictionary. That's why we have taken directly keys here. Now D is not a dictionary. D of 0 is a dictionary now. So on this dictionary, these are the keys. So let us write here designation. equal to D1 equal to D of 0, designation equal to this, name equal to name. These are case sensitive. The key values, sorry, the keys are case sensitive. Even the values are case sensitive. If you try to do designation D in the uppercase, it will throw error. Okay, let us see. I want to print this designation and name. See here, designation is D, name is John. So if you want to have all the names, all the ages, all the designations, we need a for loop for that. So we did not discuss for loops yet. For now, we'll go with the hard-coded ways. So if you want the name from the second object, make it as D of 1. If you want from the third object, make it as D of 2. Likewise, you can take it. Or what you can do is, here D1, I'll make it as D2 equal to D of 1, which means that this second object at first index. So instead of D of 0, D of 2, here I'll write D2 of D2 of. Okay. So designation to name to designation to name to. So let us run this again. D and Robert. The second person is Robert. So likewise, you can access based on your requirement. Whenever we are discussing the for loops, we'll discuss more in detail how we can iterate through all of this and convert it into a proper data. Okay, now let us try to see some methods on the dictionary. Let us take this simple dictionary with only one employee. Oh, okay, now if you want to update the name, first let us access the name. D of name, print this. Name is John. Now I want to update this. D of name equal to okay, action. So print this dictionary now. So previously we have the value of name as John. Sorry, the name of the value for name is John. Now I have updated to Yaksha. Let us run this. See here. Now the name is updated. So if you are assigning some value to the existing key, it would be updated. If you are adding some key which is not existing, it will add it as a new key. So now let me add what else I can add organization. So I'll name it as XYZ. He belongs to XYZ organization. And print this. Print tick. Now see organization is also added. So if the key is already existing and if you're assigning some value to that, the older value will be replaced with the new value. And if we are adding a keys which is not existing, it will add new key. Add new key value. This is update existing key value. Okay, if the key is existing, then it will update the value. If the key is not existing, it will add the key value pair. So you can add any number of key value pairs with this method. Once the dictionary is created, you can add any number of key value pairs. Let us see D1 equal to, I'm defining an empty dictionary. So into this, I keep on adding the objects. First print this, print D1. So it is empty. So D1 of this time I'll take it as language equal to Python, uh, database equal to Snowflake, and ETL. We know what these terms are. I mean, in terms of during the demo class, I have told you what is ETL, extract, transform, and load. That is what we do in the data engineering. So ETL, for that we use ADF and even of reporting. For reporting, some will use Power BI. Power BI. So and then print it. Print D1. See here, now this D1 has all these key value pairs. These keys are not existing. That's why they are added as a new objects. Now after printing, I might change language. I'm giving again the language. Language. You can either give single quotes or double quotes. It's the same. Language equal to. This time I will make it as PySpark. Here also you can use single or double, not a problem. Whatever you start with, that has to be ended with the same quotes. Sorry, printed D1. Sorry, why did I write print here? It is D1. So for language, I have updated to PySpark. See here now the language is updated to PySpark. So this is about adding the elements to the list, sorry, dictionary. So now let us see the delete methods. D1 dot pop. See here, pop off. You can specify whichever you want to delete. Specify the key whichever you want to delete. Our D1 is this dictionary containing language, hmm, database, ETL, all of that. First print that, print D1. D1 is printed into the pop. I did not pass any value. That's why it is giving error. Let me remove reporting from here. Pop off reporting and print D1 again. What happened? Outputs are collapsed. Okay. So reporting, I think it was already deleted. Reporting is already deleted. Let me run this one more time. See here, previous, for the first time in the first print statement, we have the reporting. After the pop method, that reporting is removed. So delete the key value for reporting. Okay, this will delete. Uh, Let us see some other methods. D1 dot pop item of. Here we have to specify tuple. Maybe I have to specify multiple keys. Language. I'll just specify one. Even though it is a one object separated by comma, it would be treated as tuple. Print D1 even before popping. Let us also print this. Mm, Pop items takes no arguments but one given. Let me remove this. See here, what pop will do is it will remove last element from the dictionary. Pop item. We did not specify any object to remove, so it will remove last item from the dictionary. Pop item will remove last item from the dictionary. Okay. So now these are the remove methods. If you say delete, if you want to completely delete the dictionary, so there is a method called del1, delete d1, print d1. So it might give error at this print statement because that d will already be deleted. See here, initially the dictionary is this, but now later after deleting that is not existing. It is deleted. Okay, the dictionary is deleted, so it is not existing. So these are the various delete methods. Pop with a specific key. If you want to remove a specific value from the dictionary, you then use the pop method. If you want to remove the last item, use pop item. If you want to delete the complete dictionary, use this del method. I think there is also a clear method. One second, let me create a dictionary. Okay, take clear. Let me see if there is a method called clear. Clear. Like, I think clear is not available because if clear is available, it have been displayed in another color. So clear is not there. So here, let us see. I'm again trying to access the objects. So name. This is existing. Name is existing. So it will give the value without any issues. So name is existing. So I'll try to access some key which is not available in the dictionary. Name one is not available. So it is giving key error. Key error means the key is not available in the given dictionary. Gives error as name one is not existing in given dictionary. Again, name one is not available in the given dictionary. So I don't want to get error if the key is not existing. If it exists, it has to give the value. Otherwise, it should keep quiet. It has to just execute and it should not throw any error. To avoid error, if the key is not existing, use dot get method. Okay, let us see how. Print big dot get of, specify the key here, name one. And let me comment. Because here itself it is giving error. Python is an interpreter language, it will not go further. See here, none. None means nothing is existing. So there is no value for this name one because that is not existing in the dictionary itself. So with the dot get method, you can skip the error. So if the value is existing, big dot get of name is existing. So here, if the name is existing, we are getting value. Otherwise, we are getting none. These are the various methods on the dictionary. So with this, we have covered all the data types. Mhm. I'm just thinking whether to continue with the if conditions or continue in the next class. Okay, let us continue with the if conditions so that we'll just start with the if conditions. If else. Okay, if you want to check some conditions, you have to use the if and else blocks. So let us take some numbers. A equal to 100, B equal to 50. So I want to check some conditions on this. Out of these two numbers, I want to know which is greater. So if A is greater than B, print A comma is greater. A is greater. See here, observe carefully. A is 100, B is 50. A is greater than B. 100 greater than 50. Yes. Look at the syntax here. If followed by the condition, if followed by the condition, followed by a colon here. So every block in the Python, it has to be started with a colon. So is it a, if it is sorry, whether either it is a for loop or if condition or else block or whatever the block it is, it should have this colon. Immediately after the colon, there should be spacing here. See the spacing? This is called indentation. Spacing inside the block is called indentation. Indentation. See here, I will move this back here. So immediately if I press enter, it will take me to this part. Otherwise it will throw error. So let us run this. See here, 100 is greater. Yes. I have directly taken the value of A here. If it is enclosed in single quotes, then it would be the hard-coded A. Otherwise, it is the variable A. A is greater. If followed by the condition, followed by a colon, and inside that you can write any number of blocks, any number of lines. So else, if that condition is not true, what I have to do? Print B is greater. There are only two numbers, either A should be greater or otherwise the other number is greater, right? So here I'll make the value of A as 10. Now see 50 is greater. Okay. So, or instead of 100 or 50, you want to just tell the variable name. Either A is greater or B is greater. Write everything inside the quotes. B is greater. See, B is greater. Whichever is convenient, you can follow that. B is greater, and if you also want to say the value, and the value of B is this one. Here also, A is greater, and the value of A is okay, and the value of B is 50. So this is if part, if followed by the condition. If that is true, you have to write some lines of code here. How many lines of code you want to write in this if condition? All this has to be written at this level of spacing. You should not write it here at the starting. It would throw error. Let me bring it back. See here, indentation error. Expected an indented block after if statement on line number 6. So it is expecting an indentation here. Also, in between if and else block, if you want to write something at this level, it will not allow. If we write something at this level, it means that it is the end of the block, end of the if condition. So only if there is a if, then we'll have else. Without if, there is no else. Okay, so if you write something here, print end of if, this is not allowed because if condition is not completed yet. If condition is completed after the final completion of the else block, there is no it is not mandatory that whenever we are writing the if, else is not mandatory, that is optional. It all depends on your requirement. Okay, so if you write something at the start of the line after the condition, it means that the block is ended and it has come out of that block. See here, end of if. Finally, it has compared either A is greater or B is greater, and it has printed the relevant print statement, and it is end of the statements. Let us run this. See here, now A is greater and the value of A is 100. So like this, you can have any number of conditions. So let me take one more example. Okay, if A is greater than B and A is greater than A equal to 100, I have two conditions to check. Greater A should be greater than B and A should be equal to 100. Then print A is a century number, I want to say. Okay, the value of A is 100 is what I mean to say. So run this. It would be satisfied only if A is greater than B, 100 greater than 50, that is true, and A is equal to 100. So equal to, whenever we are comparing, we have to use double equal to. Whenever you are assigning some value, you have to use single equal to. That is the difference. This is an assignment operator, this is a comparison operator, and is a logical operator. We have seen the logical operators in last before class. Okay, this AND will be true when both the conditions are true. At least if one of them is false, it will not return anything. Let us run this. A is a century number because 100 greater than 50, yes, and A is 100, yes, both are true. Then it has printed this. So let me change the value of A. See here, even though it has executed, it is not giving any output because this condition is not satisfied. If the condition is not satisfied, it doesn't give anything because I did not write what has to happen if the condition is not satisfied. I did not tell anything, so it kept quiet. So I have to tell that. So that what it has to do if the condition is not satisfied, that is not mandatory. It is optional. If you specify, it will do that part. If we do not specify, it will keep quiet. Let me write it here. Else is not mandatory whenever we are using if conditions. Okay, else is not mandatory. That is optional. So else, here I'm specifying the else, print, condition not satisfied, condition not satisfied. Okay, see here, now the condition is not satisfied. I'll run this one more time. See here, previously it has kept quiet, it did not print anything even after the execution if the condition is not satisfied. Now with the else part, it was able to print something. So let us take one more example. A is greater than B. Let us also take the number C. C equal to 30. If A is greater than B, print A is greater. Sorry, A should be greater than B and A should also be greater than C. Out of the three numbers, I want to find which is largest and A greater than C. Then print A is greater. If here I want to check other conditions. If B greater than A and B greater than C, I want to compare each number with every other number. B greater than A and B greater than C. Print B is greater. Else C is greater. If A and B are not greater, then the obvious option is C. C is greater. See here, we have written some condition inside the if condition with the AND statement. AND is true when both of them are true. A is greater than B and A also greater than C. Then only if this is satisfied, then only A is greater. Otherwise, we have to check if B is greater than A and B is greater than C. Then C is greater. Otherwise, if these two are false, then only it will return to this condition. If we observe carefully here, if the first condition is satisfied, it will not go into the next part. In any case, if the first condition is satisfied, it will not go into the else part. Only if this is not satisfied, it will go into the else part. Here also, if the first condition is satisfied, it will not go and check the other two things. Okay, so if first is not satisfied, then second is satisfied. Let us assume if the second condition is satisfied, it will not go into the third block, right? Only if these two are not satisfied, then it will go to the third block. Now run this. See here, B is greater. Yes, out of 10, 50, and 30, uh, 50 is greater. So let me make this 100. See here, now A is greater. So if the first condition is not satisfied, it will not go into the further blocks. It will not go into the further blocks, but at the end, if I write end of conditions. So this way you will understand that first block is executed because A is greater. And then finally it has printed this. It did not execute these two blocks. If first condition is satisfied, it will not check the other conditions. I will say few more examples tomorrow. I'll stop it here. Let me know if you have any doubts. Meanwhile, I'll share the file in the chat window. I'm sharing both the Python file and also the IPYNB file so that it will be there for your reference. Please download them and let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, you can drop off. Please download the file, everybody.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah,
Thank you, ma'am.
thank you all. Divya and Rupali, please download the files.
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Download.
Okay.